Too often in business, the story just ain't your thing. You're trying to sell the story before you even tell the story, all right? Because you ain't got time for that. Ours is a world of results, right? Of return, right? We got places to go and margin to earn, got revenue to grow and profit to turn. So let's go, people. Let's go. Skip the story, get to the point. But your audience doesn't just want the data. They want the experience. Whoa! Right? Why? Because they are human beings first, customers second. Right? And as human beings, they are no different than my niece asking me to tell her a story, right? And she has heard the story before, all right? What is it, Cinderella? You want me to tell you the story of Cinderella? She knows the damn story by heart, right? But she still wants me to tell it. And just so you are not selling your customers something new, right? What are you selling? What are you selling? Some cutting edge, never before seen service called accounting. Come on. Right? What does your shop sell? Some newly discovered cuisine called pizza. Right? What are you introducing into the world? A brand new technology called an app. Welcome to 10 years ago, right? They know your products and services by heart, but your unique story is what sets you apart. So imagine I made the mistake of treating my niece like we do our customers, right? Dismissing the journey and skipping to the destination. She says, "Uncle Koo, will you tell me the story of Cinderella?" And I say, "Sure, sweetie, y'all tucked in? Huh? You ready? Okay, be nice to your sisters, be home before midnight, women love shoes, good night." She will not ever ask me to tell her another story again. But she will ask someone else to, right? Your customers, your audience will not stop being moved by and attracted to powerful stories, right? Just because you are not good at telling them. They will simply ask your competitors to tell them. And I don't want that to happen to y'all, because y'all are my people. This is my tribe up in here. I'm going to help you out. You each have powerful stories in you waiting to be told. But a story is only as great as your ability to tell it greatly, right? Which means a story is only as great as its teller. And that's what you're looking for. It's not about the topic or the features or the data. It's about the universal human story, because when the audience feels like you are telling their story in their language as one of their own, they listen differently. You learn more deeply as you listen more deeply. You can crack your audience open when you're speaking in their language. And we all speak the language of storytelling since we were 6 years old, asking about the Cinderella story, right? The audience wants that. They want to feel moved. They want to feel something. They want to just be human. They just don't know how. We come to these events and we don't know how to be human. How many times have you been in your corporate event? Oh, okay, let's see. Especially the higher up you get in corporate culture. Okay, let's see here. I think that joke was funny, but let me see if my boss is laughing. Yep, boss is laughing, must be funny. Yep, ha, 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 ha. Good one. Funny guy, right? I think, I think this is all true and emotional. Seems like people are feeling something weird is happening to me. Is anyone else? Are you feeling something? I think I am. We're actually feeling something. This has never happened. This is the power you have to make your clients and your customers and your vendors want to be part of your next chapter, because the story of you is so captivating, they can't take their ears or their wallets off of it. When you begin to embrace the power of your story, you begin to rewrite your own story and ensure your own sequel. This is how you can ... and let your story expand. Just extend 2 dots to magically extend your period in triplicate until your conclusion becomes ellipsis that puts your failure and your success in line with the greatest sequels of all time. Like, this is Cinderella Part 2. Hansel and Gretel ride again. Snow White, the return. Rapunzel, The Revenge. This is Tina Turner holding signed divorce papers and a record deal. Huh? Talk about failure. This is Betty White back on the red carpet with a blinged out cane and some orthopedic Louboutins. Huh? This is Shaquille O'Neal turning most valuable player into most valuable brand, staying icy hot for 18 million post-franchise fans and proving that his off-court free throw game is all net, baby. But just when they thought that your tale would be over, you came slaying new dragons and beating new ogres. And just when they think that you will innovate no more, they find you got a whole new storybook in store. The power of using storytelling in your sales is that you can embed that data so deep into the story that it is unrecognizable. Completely unrecognizable. You understand that, Bill, right? You get that, Cheryl. You know that you have heard those stories where you're like, I didn't even catch that. And yet you attach it to an experience so compelling that the point of the data is unmissable, because the data is simply the destination, not the vehicle. The story is the vehicle. The vehicle is what takes you on the journey. The journey is the experience. Woo! And the experience is what you remember. So for the wine and beverage industry, the experience is about congregation, right? It's about co-creating experiences, right, around their products. So here's the montage of stories that I crafted for them, just to give you an example. Both made-up stories and personal stories that fell into that thread and cracked them open. I said, what's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So your product is not the rose. It's not the rosé. It's not even the notes of rose. It's in what those notes sing to us, what they mean to us. Your product is the toasts and smiles and clinking glasses and celebrations that bring us together for an experience. It's not just the scent of rose. Your product is the scent of Tuesday, June 18th at precisely 2:45 p.m., the exact moment that she remembers stopping mid-escape at the awesome sight of the 14 dozen white Ecuadorian roses that blanketed the lobby as she and her loyal maid of honor stole away to secretly toast a few glasses of rosé as reward for fitting in her wedding dress. Your product is the taste of the grape juice and biscuits that he would share from his base camp in Baghdad during webcam tea parties with his youngest daughter, Julia, and her guests of honor, Elmo and Rose, her American Girl doll, who each contributed to his 15 richly flavored, tear-clenched moments of refuge from the horrors of war. Your product is the fragrance of the rose-scented perfume that her grandmother sprayed all over the bedsheet that she added to her husband's gift basket of pistachios and strawberries and a bottle of rosé before delivering it to the hospital so that each night, for as long as he battled the tumor, Granddad would have her to sleep with. And for me, it is the glass of rosé that I watched my dad drink every night as he dropped every day after school when he would take my brother and I to the restaurant, and he would go into the cocktail lounge and he would have a glass of rosé, and we would play Miss Pac-Man, and he would decompress for the evening. And to this day, 20 years after my dad passed, I still toast a glass of rosé on Father's Day and on my dad's birthday to celebrate the spirit of what he meant to me. And after I told that story, right, after I got home and packaged, I realized that a package had arrived to my door that was from a winery owner from one of the audience members that had a note thanking me for reminding him of the power of storytelling and a bottle of rosé from his vineyard for me to toast with my dad. We've misplaced the source of our impact. We think that our impact is in our information, when in fact our real impact is in our inspiration.